Hello again, welcome back to the Telltale channel. Today's story is Thomas and Friends, James Goes Buzz Buzz. Be sure to pay close attention to the story and watch it all the way to the end for the fun quiz and fun facts. Please remember you can help the channel grow by just clicking the subscribe button, it's 100% free. Boko reached the big station and arranged his trucks, then he went to the shed and asked politely if he could come in. Duck was not pleased to see a diesel, but presently when he found that Boko knew Edward, he became more friendly, and by the time Boko had told him about Bill and Ben they were laughing together like old friends. "Have they ever played tricks on you?" asked Boko. "Goodness me, yes," chuckled Duck. "Edward is the only one who can keep them in order." "You know," went on Duck, "I sometimes call them the bees." "A good name," chuckled Boko, "they're terrors when they start buzzing round." Just then James bustled in. "What's that, Duck, are you terrified of bees?" "They're only insects after all, so don't let that buzzbox diesel tell you different." "His name is Boko, and he didn't." "I wouldn't care," interrupted James, "if hundreds were swarming round. I'd just blow smoke and make them buzz off." "Buzz, buzz, buzz," retorted Duck. James retired into a huff. James was to pull the express next morning, and when Duck brought his coaches the platform was crowded. "Mind your backs, mind your backs." Two porters were taking a loaded trolley to the front van. Fred drove, while Bert walked behind. "Careful, Fred, careful," warned Bert, but Fred was in a hurry and didn't listen. Suddenly an old lady appeared in front. Fred stopped dead, but the luggage slid forward and burst the lid of a large white wooden box. Some bees flew out, and, just as James came backing down, they began to explore the station. Someone shouted a warning, the platform cleared like magic. The bees were too sleepy to be cross, they found the empty station cold. James's fireman was trying to couple the train, they buzzed around him hopefully. They wanted him to mend their hive, then they could go back to be warm again. But the fireman didn't understand, he thought they would sting him. He gave a yell, ran back to the cab and crouched with his jacket over his head. The driver didn't understand either, he swatted at the bees with the shovel. The bees, disappointed, turned their attention to James. James's boiler was nice and warm, the bees swarmed round it happily. Buzz off," he hissed. He made smoke, but the wind blew it away, and the bees stayed. At last one settled on his hot smoke box, it burnt its feet. The bee thought James had stung it on purpose. It stung James back, right on the nose. "Ees," whistled James. He had had enough, so had his driver and fireman. They started without waiting for the guard's whistle. They didn't notice till too late that they'd left their train behind. In the end it was Boko who pulled the express. He was worried at first about leaving his trucks, but Duck promised to look after them and so it was arranged. He managed to gain back some of the lost time, and the fat controller was pleased with him. No one seemed to notice when James came back to the shed. They were talking about a new kind of beehive on wheels. It was red, they said. Then they all said buzz, 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 and laughed a lot. James thought that for big mainline engines they were being very silly. The end. Fun fact. Almost 90% of wild plants and 75% of leading global crops depend on animal pollination. 1 out of every 3 mouthfuls of our food depends on pollinators such as bees. Were you paying close attention to the story? Try the fun quiz. What were the station porters called? The answer is Fred and Bert. Who hid from the bees under his jacket? The answer is the fireman. Who ended up taking James's coaches? The answer is Boko. Fun fact. Social bees, such as honeybees and bumblebees, often live in hives or nests above or below the ground. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Remember to like and subscribe for free to the Telltale channel and click the notification bell for more stories, quizzes, and fun facts. Check out the channel's playlist for more Telltale stories and fairy tales.